Hello and welcome to the Purchase Comedy Club. I'm your host, Jack Friedman. We have a great set lined up for you guys tonight, and hopefully you will all enjoy it. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Aiden Kushner.
Thank you. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? I love this backdrop. I feel like I'm on a dating show. Speaking of dating, I was recently having sex, and we were having sex, and the fire alarm goes off. And so I'm like, we should probably go, right? But she's like, no, let's just finish. And, on the one hand, I was like, scared because I didn't want to die. But on the other hand, I was excited because I was like, I guess she would rather burn alive if it means she gets to have sex with me. But no, that's actually my excuse for why I'm bad in bed. I do it to save lives. My poor skills make it easy for people to escape in emergency situations. Like, we'll be having sex and there's a flood, and she would just be like, oh, thank God. Thought it would never happen. Let's go. I've actually been slowly contributing to global warming these past few years just so I could get out of this situation right now. But, if you're with some sexual dynamo, which, by the way, you can tell I'm not great in bed since I use terms like sexual dynamo. But if you're with one, you're not going to be escaping. You're going to be too busy exploring each other's bodies to get out. Not with me. With me, the news crew would get there after the fire. They'd be talking to the girl that I was with, and she'd be like, well, they would ask her, but how did you escape? And she'd be like, well, I had actually planned my escape before the fire had even started. See, I had positioned myself in a way where I'd be able to jump right out the window, and when the flames started coming up, I figured, now's as good a time as any. But I'll tell you something. I wouldn't have been able to do it if it wasn't for that man's sexual incompetence. He saved my life. Ruined my night, but saved my life. And the news reporter would be like, wow, what a hero. By the way, have you heard about the tropical storm we might be getting next week? And she'd be like, yes, I have, and I'll be going home with him. It's my emergency escape plan. But we kept going, and I was like, I think we should leave. And she was like, no, it's fine. We'll do stop, drop, and roll. And I was like, yeah, I guess if the fire gets in here. And she's like, no, I mean right now. Let's stop, drop, and roll. And I'm like, I don't even know what that translates to sexually. Hopefully missionary, because that's pretty much the extent that I can go to. But it was definitely not missionary. But anyways, we kept going against my better judgment, and the problem was I wasn't really focused on sex. I was more, in my head thinking about, fires. I should have been thinking, I wish I had more lube. But I was actually thinking, I wish I had earplugs because this is so fucking loud. I should have been thinking, I hope I don't finish too soon. But I was actually thinking, I hope I don't burn alive in this fire. In fact, I hope I finish right now so we can get the hell out of here. Although, that would be inconsiderate. Of course, I would make sure that she finishes as well. The fire can wait, okay? But we kept going, and, the problem is now I'm used to hearing fire alarms when I'm having sex. Most people like to listen to music or sensual sounds or something like that. Not me. I'm having sex. I'm like, can someone please leave a stove on? Can we get some, nice background noise? I don't know, something like, meh, meh, meh. It's just something really, peaceful and just, fire alarm-like. Maybe we can get my neighbor to stand on the window ledge and be like, I'd rather jump to my death than burn alive! Ah! I think that'd really get me going, But, anyways, I always call that girl that I was with up now, and I always say, hey, listen, there's a fire alarm going off, so you want to come back to my place? It's a small fire, though, so we got to hurry. But it is a problem for me now because whenever there's a fire alarm, I'm just standing outside my building, rock hard. It holds up the firemen. Not literally, you understand. It's not like my boner is acting as a barricade that the firemen can't get through. It's just, they're just distracted by it. And they're just like, what the hell's going on over there? And I'm like, hey, you got to get going. There's still some sexual dynamos trapped in there. All right, thank you, everybody. That's been my time. Have a good night. Thank you.